Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Advancement, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. Folks, all hell just broke loose. All hell has broken loose, and Stephen A. Smith is in the midst of it all. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. My handle is CTABANZ. And also make sure you sign up to our free newsletter called Champions Digest. We have it pinned in the comments below. It's free, where you get no-nonsense takes on basketball in under 5 minutes every Sunday. Make sure you guys subscribe to that. It's pinned in the comments below. Anyway, so this is first of all, this is a very serious topic. Right? It's a very serious topic. And some major things are happening around Senator Mark Kelly for the comments that he made, and I heard that the government is now looking to do an investigation into him. But where did this all start? Right, let's get to the genesis of it. Right, so Senator Mark Kelly is obviously a Democratic senator, and him and some of his colleagues who served in the Army in one way or the other, or intelligence agencies, put out a video, right, that caught the attention of President Donald Trump, that really got him pissed off and really started off this entire thing. So what we want to do is I want to quickly play this video because it's what kicked this entire thing off, and I'm going to come back and continue on the show. Take a quick listen to it.
I'm Senator Alyssa Slotkin.
Senator Mark Kelly.
Representative Chris Deluzio.
Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander.
Representative Chrissy Houlihan.
Congressman Jason Crow.
I was a captain in the United States Navy.
Former CIA officer.
Former Navy.
Former paratrooper and Army Ranger.
Former intelligence officer.
Former Air Force.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
And the intelligence community.
Who take risks each day
To keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk.
This administration is pitting our uniformed military,
And intelligence community professionals.
against American citizens.
like us. You all swore an oath.
To protect and defend this Constitution.
Right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad.
But from right here at home.
Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law.
Or our Constitution.
We know this is hard.
And that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
But whether you're serving in the CIA,
In the Army,
Our Navy,
The Air Force.
Your vigilance is critical.
and know that we have your back.
because now, more than ever,
The American people need you.
We need you to stand up for our laws.
our Constitution,
And who we are as Americans. Don't give up.
don't give up.
don't give up.
Don't give up the ship.
Excellent. So you see it there. Now, it was this video that got the president to go after Mark Kelly. Various Republicans are upset at him, and it's created this entire brouhaha, right? Because he's essentially they're saying that he's telling members of the Army to disobey orders, right? That's what he's saying. At least that's what they're saying. So Stephen A. Smith, who calls himself a moderate, although I don't believe he's a moderate, I believe that he's a conservative, or if he's not a conservative, he certainly sounds like one, right? Who always has conservative talking points, is always chastising the left and the Democrats, but calls himself a liberal. I don't know, calls himself an independent. He's the only independent that has a right-wing talking point. I've never heard, for me, it's like, why don't you just come out and say you're conservative and call it a day? Like, what's the need to constantly hide by, I didn't really mean to, come on, just say it and let's be done with it. But anyway, Stephen A. Smith goes on his show, Straight Shooter on ESPN. And the title of the episode is called My Thoughts on Mark Kelly, National Guard shooting, and it goes on it says a few other things. So around the 15-minute mark, Stephen A. Smith takes aim at Senator Mark Kelly. And the way he went at him, it surprised a lot of people, and a lot of people all over the internet are reacting to his comments and the fervor in which he's calling out Senator Mark Kelly. So for those of you who didn't hear what Stephen A. Smith had to say, I want to play his comments for you now, and I'm going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to what Stephen A. Smith had to say here.
If anybody knows that, it's Mark Kelly. Respectfully, Senator, what the hell are you doing? Looking into the camera and telling military men and women to ignore the commander-in-chief. How dare you? How dare you do that? That's right, I'm calling out. I never served in the military. That's true. I have family members who did. Some of my best friends have Marines, Air Force, Navy, Army. I haven't heard one of them, not one of them, say that was okay. How dare you do that? Is it treason? No. Is it punishable by death? It shouldn't be. So the answer is no. But you know better, Senator Kelly. You know better. How dare you do that? What are you supposed to do? You're a ranking senator. You could go to the Senate. You could go to the House. You can draw up paperwork. You can try to start articles of impeachment if you think there's something illegal. I mean, damn, it ain't like y'all haven't done it before. You impeached the man twice. Where'd that get you? Got his behind back in the White House. Had you left him alone since 2020, maybe he wouldn't be back terrorizing the Democratic Party the way that he is. But you did it. You did it. And here you are again with this nonsense. How dare you do that? I'm not a military person, and I know better than that. You don't tell military men and women to ignore an order from the commander-in-chief. You don't do that. Is it going to amount to what Trump tried to embellish and indicate? No. But that don't make you right. How dare you do that? He's the commander-in-chief for the United States military, period. You have no business doing that. None. And by the way, the biggest reason is because what was illegal? You didn't tell us what it was. What laws? Why did I bring up A Few Good Men with Tom Cruise and Kiefer Sutherland in that sequence and Kevin Bacon? Why did I bring it up? Because the mere thought of you even implying that a military officer is engaging in some type of salacious or illegal activity is trouble in the military, not the court of laws for civilians, the military. Senator Mark Kelly knows that. Trump is giving illegal orders. What are the illegal orders? How come you didn't tell us? Where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? Why do you think the investigation is going on? Why do you think Trump is all over Pete Hegseth, over the Department of War and the FBI with Kash Patel, and folks are looking into and probing what's going on and how can they get to Mark Kelly because they know he did something wrong. You crossed the damn line. You are an elected official in the nation's capital. We have a constitution. You got a problem, you go through the necessary process. Whether it's Hakeem Jeffries in the House, whether it's Schumer in the Senate, or anybody else, that is the point that's the process you're supposed to go to. You don't go in front of the cameras and give military officer or military personnel a directive to ignore their commander-in-chief, and you've given no evidence what his illegal orders were. And if you try to sit up there and say, oh, it was just alluding to a future reference to future situations, oh, so he's going to give you an illegal order in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, that flies over the airwaves of Sirius XM or one of these news networks or something like that. It does not apply in our military. You can't do that.
Excellent. So you heard his comments. Now, I had to do a little bit of research here, right? Because number one, this is a very serious issue and you want to make sure you do your due diligence. So I came across an article and the information was a little bit difficult to find because I thought I was going to get it from a government website or something like that. But anyway, I got it from an article from the website called military.com. And the title of this article, and when was this article published? It was published on actually July 12th of 2024. So about a year and a half ago. And the headline states, what happens if the president issues a potentially illegal order to the military? Military.com reached out to the civilian and military leaders of every uniform branch of service with a trio of direct questions. If a potential unlawful order is received from the White House or issued by a defense secretary, what is the review process to determine whether the order is illegal, who triggers the review, and who conducts the review? The request made no mention of a specific president or specifics of potential orders, but rather asks about existing policies. None of the services offered any comment on the record, and some didn't even reply to the inquiries. Military.com reached out to the Joint Chief of Staffs, who also declined to comment. Finally, the Office of Defense Secretary, after several weeks of inquiries, provided a response. Pentagon spokesperson Major General Pat Ryder said in an email statement that lawyers are available to advise military leaders, including the Secretary of Defense, the Chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff, and combatant commanders regarding the legal and prudential impacts of orders, as well as the legal effects and consequences of such orders may have. Defense officials also said that especially at those senior levels, legal reviews of most orders are part of the process, are conducted by lawyers assigned to the office of the commander or secretary, and do not need to be specifically requested. Experts say that those lawyers do not have the authority to stop a commander from acting and may face extraordinary pressure given they report to that commander, but they are available to provide a review. Uniformed commanders themselves have also have a specific obligation to reject an order that's unlawful if they make that determination. All military members swear to protect, preserve, and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Within that oath is the implication that service members hold allegiance to the rule of law. The oath of, it goes on to say to ask the service members to follow orders, but adds that it must be done according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. Both Articles 90 of the UCMJ, the charge of willfully disobeying a superior commission officer, and Article 92, failure to obey an order, say that they apply only to lawful orders. Broader legal precedence holds that just following orders, colloquially known as the Nuremberg defense, as it was used unsuccessfully by senior Nazis to justify their actions under Adolf Hitler, doesn't absolve troops. And then the article then goes on to say a few other things. So essentially what this article is saying here is this. Soldiers or people in the army, right? Their main objective or the oath that they take, let me read it for you guys, is what? Preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Within that oath is the implication that service members hold allegiance to the rule of law. The oath goes on to ask service members to follow orders, but adds that it must be done according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. The charge of willfully disobeying a superior commission officer, failure to obey any order, say that they apply only to lawful orders. So, what was Mark Kelly saying? Mark Kelly, based on what I've heard, is saying that you should follow the Constitution, right? And disobey illegal orders. Now, proponents of his are saying, look, by you saying disobey orders, you're now saying you're going to disobey the chain of command, which is a no-no in the government. It's a no-no, right? But what he's saying, he's not saying disobey your superiors. He's saying you don't have to adhere to unlawful orders. Now, silly me, I've never been in the army. One of my cousins, he just joined the army. I was going to message him, but because of time zones differences, I wasn't sure I was going to get a response in time. I thought that this was known. I thought that this was common knowledge, that soldiers have the right to reject unlawful orders. This is what I thought. Right? Now, in terms of Stephen A. Smith being fired up the way that he is, I don't understand why he is as upset as he is. I don't understand it. Like, I don't even understand why it meant that much to him. And it's almost like as if he went out of his way to not listen to what the senator was saying. The senator wasn't saying disobey orders. In fact, he said follow orders. He's saying you don't have to follow illegal orders. And according to this document that I just read from you guys from military.com, they're saying the same. It's saying failure to obey an order, you will be disciplined, right? If you fail to obey an order, but it only applies to lawful orders. So if the order is unlawful, you don't have to follow it, according to what this document is saying here. So I'm a bit perturbed at why Stephen A. Smith is so worked up about this issue. I don't get it. I don't get it. So what I want to know for the people that have either served or that are currently serving in the U.S. Army, I want you guys to weigh in on this matter in the comments section, because obviously you guys will have more information than me. Are you meant, this is a question I have for you guys now, are you meant to obey illegal orders? Yes or no? Number one. Number two, when you take the oath, aren't you meant to follow the Constitution and the rule of law? Whatever you guys think, whatever they teach you, leave it in the comments section, because I think it can help educate a lot of people, including myself, right? So this is my take on it. You guys let me know what you think about it. Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts in the comments. We catch you guys on the next show, and I'm out. Peace.